Bladder scanner can be used in a variety of healthcare settings, including hospitals, long-term care and assisted living facilities, home health agencies, and general practice offices. The Biocon 700 is very easy to use and requires these simple steps. 1. Push and hold the power button until the screen lights up. 2. Select the patient type. 3. Apply ultrasound gel. 4. Aim the ultrasound probe. 5. Locate the bladder with the pre-scan function. 6. Scan the bladder. 7. Enter the patient identification information. And 8. Save and/or print. That's all there is to it. The whole process takes just a few minutes. Let's take a closer look at how it works. Before beginning the scan, make sure the probe has been plugged into the unit and the unit has been charged. The Biocon 700 operates using a rechargeable battery. When the unit is not in use, it can be plugged into an outlet for recharging. You'll need to make sure you have ultrasound gel with you as well. Make sure the patient is lying on his back and is as comfortable as possible. Turn the unit on by holding the power button located on the front of the unit for more than 1 second. It'll run through a few quick diagnostic checks and will be ready to use in a few short seconds. The Biocon 700 features an easy-to-use color touchscreen to make operating the unit as simple as possible. First, select the appropriate patient type. There are male and female buttons for adults and a child button for children who are under 4 feet tall or 60 pounds. If you are scanning a woman who has had a hysterectomy, you should use the male setting. The scanner should be held following the body diagram on the top of the probe with the scan button facing the right side of the patient's body. Place some ultrasound gel on the probe or directly on the patient. Now you need to locate the bladder. The Biocon 700 has a unique feature that lets you see a live picture of what you're about to scan. We call this the pre-scan function. It takes the guesswork out of positioning the bladder scanner and greatly improves accuracy. To begin the pre-scan, press the scan button on either the touchscreen or the probe itself. If you are pressing the scan button on the probe, you do not need to hold the button down to perform the scan. Place the probe a few inches below the navel at a 60-degree angle from the patient. A picture of the bladder will appear on the screen in the form of a dark circle. You'll want to make sure the bladder is centered on the green line and as big as possible on the screen before scanning. Once you have the probe positioned in the optimal location, press the scan button again. The screen will read "Scanning." During this time, do not lift or remove the probe. In a few short seconds, the screen will show the ultrasound pictures, and the volume in milliliters will be large and apparent. If your facility chooses to record the patient identification information along with the readings, you can enter that information using the touchscreen, and it will be saved on the unit along with the measurements. To enter the patient identification information, simply click the ID field at the bottom of the screen. Once you have entered the patient information, press OK. You can store up to 700 patient scans. The scan records 12 different planes, which you can review by pressing the arrow keys at the top of the screen. If you want to print a copy of the results using the built-in printer, simply press the Print button and then attach the printout to the patient's chart. The Biocon 700 also includes a voice recording feature. After you save the results, you will have the option to press Record to record voice notes about the patient. Then press the Stop button and your voice note will be attached to the scanning results for that individual. If you scan the patient again, the number that's displayed most prominently on the right side of the screen will always be the largest you've measured, no matter how many times you scan. To disinfect the probe after a scan, wipe off any residual gel from the probe. Dampen a soft cloth with disinfection solution or wipe, and then wipe the probe with the cloth. Air dry or towel dry with a soft, clean cloth. To clean the main unit, wipe it 1 to 2 times using a soft cloth dampened with isopropyl alcohol or another appropriate hospital cleaning solution. You can control several other settings on the Biocon 700 in the device information screen under the Setup menu. You can change the screen brightness, print density, voice volume, and other customizable features. To retrieve the stored information from the Biocon 700, you can either remove the SD memory card and load it on a computer using a standard SD card reader, or you can hook the unit directly up to a computer with a USB cable. Both you and your patients will appreciate the ease with which you can measure urine retention with the Biocon 700 bladder scanner.